All right, my friends, Brian with VetteSource back in the front yard today, where we actually got some pretty nice weather. And what I'm going to do today is work on some of the interior plastic parts here on our 1996 Aqua Metallic LT4 car. It's been part of the fleet here on the channel for several years now. So today what I'm going to get into is kind of a real brief description of these hard plastic parts, and then what we need to do to fix them when they inevitably break from sun exposure and all the other sorted heat and, you know, just time that gets to these. So the C4s were unique in that they really went whole hog on the introduction of, I guess they called it at the time, the advanced, not electronics, but plastics that they put in these cars with the 84s. And if you have one of these cars, you're going to know very well how these things deteriorate over time. So in the C4 era, there are no less than approximately about 18 to 20 of these hard plastic parts in here that make up the majority of trim. And you can see on this one here, it is damaged, of course, on this side. And over here, we've got a piece of it just broken off completely. So going through to show you guys, of course, you've got your leather covered steering wheel, you got your vinyl covered dash, and this is kind of a rubberized plastic. But in the generation from 90 through 96, you've got basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then you've got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So there's a lot of hard plastic in this car that just over the years, even no matter how much you take care of it, it's going to break. And all of it here in these later C4s is held in with either these very small T10, T15 Torx screws, or your Phillips head screw with a washer built into it. So today, for our purposes, I'm going to illustrate how to take this header panel out, and we're going to replace it with that nice one there. It looks pretty nice. So let me bolt this up and or secure this if I can. I'll turn this way so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and, yeah, we got it. There we go. Of course, I'm going to have to move this a little bit, simply because it'll probably want to move on its own. Let's see if I can get that tighter. Okay, so our first panel here, the way we get this panel off, okay, is it's a one long piece all the way across here. You've got actually, there's two more of these panels that I forgot to mention. They're up on top of this, which these are the finished trim panels for the target top brackets, where the through bolt comes through to hold this target bracket in place. Now, the tricky thing with this is you would think you can just pull this straight down with the rearview mirror off, but what happens is you can't get to these sun visors without kind of pulling them apart. Now, you can pull straight out like this sometimes, but what it does, it damages the material here, and then it messes up the sun visors. Now, these look like they've been recovered in the past, so I'm gonna leave these alone. We're gonna get these out from the top. So first things first, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab my T10, I think it's a T15, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off of there. And of course that one just doesn't want to, hold on. There we go. This is a quick little trick in case some of these just get caught down in there and don't want to come out. Alright, so we take that off. What you're going to do with this panel here is you're going to pry in this corner and then slide it back, because it's tucked underneath, and it comes straight out, okay? So there's your first panel right there, okay? Then we're going to The sun visor rod is attached through this bracket right here at this point. Hopefully you can see that. This is going to be an 8mm bolt right here, okay? We're just going to go ahead and loosen that up. And there's a spring underneath that, so be careful because it's spring loaded. So we're going to go ahead and pull this out. And the spring doesn't have that much tension on it, but I just mention it just to be aware of it. Go ahead and take this captive piece off of here. Sometimes it's more of a pickle. There we go. And there's your spring underneath, okay? It's right there. Okay. So once we got that out of the way, you'll find that we can take the sun visor right here and we can maneuver it down sometimes. Of course, this was not going to want to come out. It's going to make a liar out of me. There it goes. Okay. Now you'll see we're left with a wiring harness right there. We're just going to leave that connected for just a second, okay? So next what we'll do, and I just realized that I attached this camera to one of the items I had to take apart. So you're gonna have to go bird's eye view with me here, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and take the rearview mirror loose, which is one Phillips head screw, and it was loose anyway. And this one is a pretty long one. Nice day outside. Looks like springtime is coming a little bit early for us this year. We've already got new growth on that tree. You can see how long that bolt is, and of course it's got a locator at the tip of it, so it's not this is a machine head, obviously, with no built-in, but that's specific to that rear view mirror, so we don't want to lose that. Okay, okay, we're gonna let this come down like this, and then what we're gonna do is go ahead and take out this one here. And see, those are shorter with a coarse thread. And even though this one's broken, we need to get this one out of the way, because that's where it's going to reattach. It actually overlaps your A-pillar bezels, or what's the fancy word for those? It escapes me at the moment. Oh, escutcheon. There we go. Go to the other side. Okay. Let's go ahead and take this off. That's one thing about working from one side of the car to the other. I forgot to bring my tools with me. So we'll go ahead and pry up gently on that corner so we don't break this piece here. And pull back, there we go. That just pops back out there. I'm gonna put those there. And yeah, there we go. All right. So I'm gonna get that 8mm. You can see a little bit better here from this perspective what that looks like. One thing about this is there's a lot of small hardware in removing these interior panels, so you want to keep track of your hardware. Okay, let's see if I can get this to pry up one-handed without losing my spring. This one's a little bit tricky sometimes, but Once you bend one of those tabs, it will come off. This is mainly there to encapsulate that spring. And what I'm trying to avoid doing is losing it. But the spring doesn't have any tension on it anymore. Come on, buddy. There we go. Okay. There's our spring with just some weightlifting grease in there. We'll put this over here with our other ones so that they do not disappear, because that's my big pet peeve, is losing my hardware. It's just one of those things. Okay. I'm going to put this down for now, and this down since we don't need them anymore. Okay. Alright, let's see if this will cooperate. Maybe, maybe not. Now on the C5s, there is a way, these have to be clocked a certain way to get them to drop down. I think they turn 90 degrees to the left. I can't remember off the top of my head. And this one here, you know, I'm trying to remember now, but I don't think this does the same. There we go. I don't see, no, there's no shoulder on that, so it just comes out. It's a pressure fit. Let's go ahead and of course we're still working on our windows, but I decided to do this today while it was here so I can illustrate how we get this apart. And we got one more bolt or screw right here. Okay. Alright, now what we can do is pull back and down on both sides since it's broken. And there we go. Okay. Now the other little trick we're going to have to do is where'd it go? There it is. We're going to have to go and disconnect the mirror. What I try to do here is to not remove these from the clips that hold these into the header panel so that they won't rattle around in there. There's one, and there's two, and we'll have to go ahead and disconnect our sun visors so that we can get the other ones back up, the new panel up in there. There we go, there's one. And there's two. Alright. So there's two of them, and there's our panel out of there. Alright, now let me see if I can do this, because what I'm going to have to do is mount this the shifter knob is too heavy, of course. Trying to get an angle here. Let's see. Let me set this up real quick. I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, so now we're set up. We actually hacked our way and used the shifter as our mount point for the camera. Hopefully that gives you guys enough view to where you can see. Now here's our new panel here. Now an interesting thing that GM did with these new panels, the replacement panels, and even the ones later, you might be able to see here, maybe, see how that's got a 10, what is that, a 1010 7841. It says for 84 through 88, you're gonna have to drill models, drill 12.7.5 diameter hole for roof bolt. So what you'll notice is that there's 3 different designs on the target tops and the placement of the bolts, so it moves slightly per model year, right? Just in location of where it was on this bracket. The bracket itself was always in the same spot on this header panel, but the location of where the bolt went through to the top to secure it was in a different spot. 84 through I think 86 mid, and then 86 through 89, and then 89 or 90 through 96. I know I got that backwards, but it's time forgotten. There's 3 different styles here. So yeah, all the way through 89 will fit, and then 90 through 96. But anyway, so what we're gonna do is just go ahead and put this back in place. Now you can see it overlaps, fits over these A-pillar bezels. So all we gotta do is run our wiring through here, okay? And actually hang it, essentially, off of those brackets. You see how it's got that lip, and I just hung it off of there, right? And now it's in place, okay? First things first, though, that I've got to do before I do anything else is... Oh, see, I didn't do that first. I was thinking it as I said it. Make sure that rubberized strip is there, because otherwise, if that rubber strip is not on the leading edge of this, what will happen is this will rattle against the windshield as you're driving down the road, so you don't want that. It's just a small detail item. It's about to drive me crazy. Come on, man, cooperate for me. Because once it's held in place, it's actually got a small bit of adhesive on either end of it that keeps it there. But once it's there, it should stay. If it doesn't, I'll just take this back apart and redo it. Okay. Okay, so we got this. The reason why we place this first and hang it is so we can go ahead and get the sun visors back into place. And then run these wiring harnesses back up through here. So let's go ahead and just set it there for the moment. That plastic piece is gonna give me a fit. I can see it already. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put this one in first. Or try to. Let's see how it cooperates with me. Sometimes this operation goes easier with 4 hands versus 2. Alright, that's there. We're going to let that come down. That side. Somewhat up. Okay, we'll leave it like that. Go ahead and reattach this one. Now you're going to have a little bit of wiring harness is going to be exposed on these. So don't get too far in the weeds, okay? Now we've got that kind of basically held in place, but I also forgot we've got to reattach this too. So let's let this come down just a little bit again, so I can get these in here. There's one. All right, and there's two. Okay. Now, okay, we're gonna leave that down so I have some access room here. And what I'll do right now is go ahead and put these back in here. Of course, my plastic piece fell. Go ahead and get these nuts started to hold these in place so they don't fall on us. Okay, we have these started. Grab my towel. All right, so it is in basic position we need it to be in. We're going to put that in here one more time. And again, this will not be going anywhere if in fact you have it, if it's got the sealant on either end of it. Come on, honey, work with me. There we go. All right. Now, what we can do first here is go ahead and see if we can get this one started. Got the mirror shining in my face. Oh, it's sun from the mirror, the reflection of the mirror. All right. There we go. Okay. Let's see, are we in? Yeah, we're in. All right. And what I want to do before I get too tight here is I want to make sure that these wiring harnesses for this are in the right spot. You can kind of see from here how they're tucked right up to the side of this and run through there. That's normal. That's the way they're going to look. Okay? That's just the way they're designed from the factory. Oh, great. I lost one of my... See? There I go. I lost one of my screws. The one thing I don't want to like to do. Alright. So, I'm going to get that one in. Not too tight. The tighter you go, the more chance you have, the likelihood of just breaking these panels. And it doesn't have to be gorilla tight on these. Just basically till you feel it gets snug. All right, let's get this one. And that one did not go in, which I figured it didn't. And again, for those of you that may not have watched me, I just prefer to use hand tools simply because, there we go, found my other screw and then just lost it. Wait. Come on, please. Please don't fall down the shifter forever. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's try right here. There we go. All right, once it's just snug, that's all you need, okay? And I'll go ahead and put this one in. And I'm missing the one screw on, it was actually on this side. But I'll have to do that one later. Of course, this is the hole where your tool goes. Now, I had already taken the top off simply because I've showed taking the top off before. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link up there at the top so you can see that. So these will just come right back down, and I'll tighten those up a little more because they're not as tight as they can be. I just started them. So let's see. Let's go ahead and tighten these down. Get these tight. And there we go. And they're up and down. Now you can see though here, I'm gonna have to readjust that because see how it's not over that lip? So I'll have to readjust that a little bit later here to get things correctly right. So a lot of it is just fit and finish, right? Okay. And again, to place our target top trim covers, they're going to go in right like this. Now this one here, see if I can gently pry. This takes a little bit of finagling sometimes. Let's see here. Ah, there we go. Okay. Hard part for me is holding this and with the camera. Let's see. There we go. There it is. All right. And you'll see that they just line right up. And there's our rotten weather stripping that we still have to replace that I keep promising you guys, which we will get to. I'm slow, but I'm determined. All right. There is one side. And there's the other. Let's see if I can get this one to cooperate real quick. I'll probably have to loosen this bolt up one more time. Let's see, and it is right here. Just backed it out just a little bit. Okay. And sometimes you can just kind of pull. There it is. All right. It actually provides a pretty tight fit on here. I also have the car at a little bit of an angle too, so that doesn't help. There it is. Almost. Come on. You're making a liar out of me. It's almost there. I'm gonna have to loosen up the one other one here. Let's see. Where is it? There we go, you saw that moved. And of course I just lost it. There we go, all right. There's our last one there. Let's replace these two again. There it is. Don't want to mess up my nice set of seats in here that I also showed you guys how to do those as well. Now, one thing about these screws you'll find if your car has been sitting or you've been using it a while, these screws have a tendency to want to back out sometimes. So sometimes you'll find yourself having to go through and tighten them back up. There we go. All right, that's it. That looks much better, even though I got to put one more there because I was missing one. You see how that strip sits right there. It's a little bit off on that end. I'll have to play with that later. But that sits against there, keeps that from rattling. That's one thing about the 95s and the 96s. They went to great lengths to try to reduce the rattling, interior squeaks and rattles, from the customer complaints on these cars, because people were angry at paying the money and they would do stuff. So see, like this one's backed out right here. We'll do that one here. Like I said, just snug tight. It's never gonna want to stay forever because at this point they're 25 years old. Let's see if we can get this one in. Just part of the daily maintenance of taking care of one of these fine automobiles. All right. All right, guys, that's it. We have our new panel in place. It looks a lot better. Our rearview mirror is now tight again. I like it. Looks good. All right. That's gonna wrap things up today, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I'll be back again. Probably next video we'll tackle tearing this door apart. It's been kind of a wet winter over here for us in Houston, so I haven't really dug into it just in case. I had to leave the window down overnight. I didn't want it raining on it or anything. But we'll tackle that next probably. and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks everybody for watching.